direction around putting the OP on the website. And these things, with all the scribbles on the website. Now, if you recall, I'm not quite done, I'm almost done. If you recall, council directed us to provide the schedules and the draft document to anyone who requested it. So that is what staff is currently doing. If someone requests it, we'll provide it. I received a request to put this on the website, to send it around electronically. I am only one council. I cannot direct staff to say they do that. If this group wants this stuff on the website, then please, as a council, we direct the CIO to direct staff to do that.
Okay, I'm going to call a question on the motion of the minutes. Okay. All in favor of the minutes? That's carried. Thank you. Councilor Scott.
Okay, I decided after hearing a number of things about the OP in the last 3 weeks, and had a number of phone calls, that I was going to an OP meeting because I'm visual. I like to see things. I like to make sure that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. So what I saw when I got there was a working document that people were going through and doing questions with. And actually literally doing what I do with my stuff, and that's make notes that I can look at. Can't do that on a computer, for number one. It's kind of hard to show all the squiggles and wiggles. But the other thing that I noticed was, as they were going through, they were making additions, and I'm hearing revision 5. So revision 4 is really not a document that is a document because it's already revision 4 A, B, C, D, E, F, heading to document 5. So there really isn't anything to put on at this point. People can get copies, apparently, if they want copies. So having something on a computer that is the scribbles and wiggles at this point, number one, is confusing because it looks like we're promoting something that people should read and take as the gospel, where in effect at this point it isn't gospel. And number two, it hasn't come back to me to sit with the rest of my colleagues and look at. So at this point, I don't think it's ready to go to there. But the other thing that I did see as I was sitting there was the ability for people around the table, the different colleagues that were there, to ask questions, to get answers, to have things looked up if they needed to find it. And I saw what I considered to be an excellent group communicating. They had experts there that were able to talk. I mean, that one lady I could have listened to for hours. She was amazing. You asked her a question and she went into it, and man, I walked out of there knowing so much that my head was spinning. But I think it's a good committee, or a good group, I don't know what you call it technically, but that is dialoguing, and I think that's what the communication is all about, to make things go forward.
Just a request to council. Councilor Munster.
If I can share some experience very briefly. My wife was an administrator with a GTA municipality for 30 years. And when I mentioned this to her, she said, we never did that. We never put out working drafts for this very reason. Draft 5 could be out tomorrow, and people will be referring to draft 4, and it's completely confusing. So if you're going to put this thing out, you've got to put all the paper, all the documents around it, like provincial planning, policy statements. You've got to do everything that explains what you're doing. There's going to be public discussion. There's going to be council discussion. I don't know why we would put a draft online when it can be requested. I think it's confused more than it's going to help.
Councilor Underwood.
Yeah, I think it's very similar to consideration of drains. It's the same idea. You've got a working group there who are going through a process of designing and re-looking at, well, a plan, an operating plan. Same thing with the drain. If the guy came up and with all his squiggles and stuff as it was going on, it could create all kinds of confusion and all the rest of it, and it's really not helpful. So I say we wait until we get a draft that's going to, what you're willing to finally give to council, then I'm really interested in having a look at it. But up until then, I'm glad we have a group of people who are so passionate and they're getting into it, evidently by the nuts and bolts. By the time you finish, we'll have something that we can look at and go over again.
Councilor Russell.
I'll make a motion that we
received by council?
I think we, correct me if I'm wrong, Councilor Hillman, because obviously we've been trying to do that, right?
Just-
I don't know what, would she bring it to us? The committee bring it to
The committee
council
will
as a
present it,
draft?
it'll
What
be
would you do?
presented
Would
to
you send
council
a
by,
draft?
It's going to come to, to a council meeting, as it'll be on the council agenda.
As a draft.
Then it's just giving everybody.
It's published, obviously, isn't it?
and we will probably receive it, and you'll set up a day that we're going to go over it, or some days that we're meeting that we deal with it. So it's moved and seconded that we don't put it online at this time, but it'll still be available to those who request it.
I just, one more comment. With this coming to council, it is then going to be taken out to the public, that's correct, and we're going to have public roundtable type discussions or whatever it is that we do for out there. So, I mean, at that time, it'll be available, and if it comes to us at council, it'll be in this packet, right? So it'll be available to people anyways.
It'll be in a binder.
Well, yeah, but
You got it.
We'll,
all right, so I like to vote.
just, I wanna be clear. If I may. There'll be decisions that council will have to make after it comes to council, and that's what we're saying, it's going 3 and 4. The timing and all that is probably going to be beyond when the ad hoc committee, those issues will get dealt with, and we'll be considerate of when we get that information and how we make those decisions.
So can we have the meeting with the motion then, please?
Motion, please.
That we cannot put the, so-called draft on the website, but continue with policy of getting a copy to those people who
This question, Dr. Rubin?
Well, the other direction I need, or the motion that I'm going to need, is that, the council accepts, referring the zone 3 and 4 specific items to this, to council without a recommendation.
Call a vote on the
It's just going to come,
first
it's
motion.
just gonna come as is, no recommendation.
It could be a timing issue, right? I mean, the ad hoc report will probably come in first, and then you'll probably look at your OP,
We'll decide.
right?
Yeah, it'll be up to us when we get it here, but it's just, we're not making any recommendations, so I just need.
All in favor of the first motion that we don't put it on the website, but we make it available?
I'll make a second motion,
Carry the first one. Second motion?
that the 3 and 4, zone 3 and 4 thing, that we make note to the process, that we consider their report, and we accept the recommendation of Bruce Committee.
The committee is, which will be a non-recommendation.
Non-recommendation, it's a recommendation.
Second by Councilor Scott. So the committee is allowed to bring in a report without recommendations on probably 2 or 3 things.
Okey-doke. Yeah, I have a question. The ad hoc committee, according to the timeline's finished by what?
December's, hopefully the report will be here early December.
And you're gonna be submitting this, the new plan, whatever, when?
Hopefully October 17th.
Okay, that close, yeah.
Yeah.
So what exactly are we restricting you, or what do you want to be restricted in?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They just,
Nothing.
we don't wanna be able, we don't wanna
So
have to
we
make,
have a motion on,
No.
we don't wanna have to make a decision. The committee has been asked not to make a decision. The committee's supposed to make decisions and have a final or a draft report that has considered all the options and making recommendations on those options. What the committee is asking for is that those are gonna be options with no recommendations. I'm mixing that up probably.